Oh, really? We're gonna be unstable now? We only just started, friend. Internet. Come on. We're gonna do this today. Please don't. There's no reason for you to be this cranky, Internet. There really isn't. That was me. The globe stopped spinning because of me. I did something. There it goes. How pissy is the internet gonna get? It's telling me my connection's unstable, so I'm like, what the hell? I don't know if it's lying or what's happening. I mean, that didn't seem to lag when I did that. Alright, well, let's load in and see what happens. That's about all we can do. Elephant stuttery for me, so it's not just for you guys. It's a large file, it has to load in. Sound seems okay, we good? Do I need to lower the volume on anything? Because the music's loud in my ears, but that could just be my personal side of things. Okay. I mean, we seem okay. It doesn't look like it's really flipping out that much. Alright. Needle felting pad, you're kind of blocking my screen. Alright, I paused it, so just so we know. Alright, so when we last left off last week, we finished landscaping this section. We got this section done. Put in our picnic tables, even though I've only seen one person use them so far. That's fine. And we're still continuing on working on our interior area here. Oh, look, somebody's actually using a bench. Lovely. Wonderful. Alright. Now, this whole area in here doesn't really have a whole lot going on for it. Let's grab this guy. Oh, nope. There we go. Hit the right key, friend. There we go. Alright. So I want to thank you just a wee bit. I probably really should flip you over. But, meh. Okay, see, the blue one was lit up there, so stop it. Oh, we're still on. We are. Okay. So it is Friday. It's Solo Planet Zoo Friday. That's probably good. What's your scenery rating at? 75%. Okay. And what are you at? You're at 100. Wonderful. So everybody's week was okay. Hope it's finishing up okay. I mean, we could just surround this guy. Just to kind of give it a little more. Not really total privacy, but you know, since we do have it as a staffy area. Let's see, what do we want to do for lighting back here? Alright, let me duplicate that guy. So we can either, we could double or we could single him. So I mean, we could single him over the door and do a sign like here. Or we could double on the side of the door and do a sign up here. I think I kind of want to single you. I think. And then we'll sign right here. Oh, dang it. We lost our brown color. Alright. Nope, 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 nope. That's not what I wanted. So it's Control C, I believe. Let's see if this will actually work this time, because we tried doing it last time. Yeah, it keeps resetting. I don't know why. Kind of annoying. 9D 6B 50. It just doesn't want to do. What I wanted to. Right, 9. We need an eyedropper, please. I'll never get this color. Why are you being so stubborn about this? That's not the color that I wanted. D 6B 50. Why do you have it so we can type a color in if when we hit apply it resets it to what it was? This is dumb.
Did you hit, were you typing the number in?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hit enter before you hit apply?
Really? Why would I have to hit enter before I hit apply?
Because you hadn't finished, you essentially hadn't finished typing it. It didn't know you were done. That's on you.
Why they gotta make things so complicated? Right. Okay, so we got that there. We need to do something here. I mean, we could go grab the other fence, but I don't really feel like we need that fence in here. Along the walkway, I mean, we could, but I don't know. I just don't really think we need it. I mean, it's just the staff area. I mean, granted, the staff area should look somewhat landscaped, but I don't really feel like it would be as all out as like the guest area. You know, like normally staff areas would be like more I don't want to say utilitarian, but less flashy. But this isn't a fully behind the scenes staff area, so you know. I want these true. Yes, yes I do. 'Cause I mean, like, guests can still see back in here, so I mean, we've secluded it a little bit. Not hugely. But we've got it a little bit. Once you get used to this new directional option, it is a little bit faster. You have to get used to it first. Like, I feel like I need something here. Whoop. Feels a little strange. Okay, well now that we know what the fuck we fucked up on here. The difference in the color is subtle. Maybe it's not that subtle. That's what I want to do. I wanted to drag you. So now I might have to go back and change the other lampposts. Now that we know what the fuck we were doing wrong last time. I thought I was going crazy. But no, I in fact wasn't going crazy. The color was actually reverting. Alright, we got 2 there. 1 here. Oh. No. Not what we wanted to do there at all. Alright, so grab you, and yeah, that should be good enough there. Alright, so this guy's metal color. Oh god, how many do I have to do these for? I mean, that one didn't really look like it changed all that much. So here's the question. Oh, that one did this one not? No, it changed, it just didn't look like it. So would it be faster to just change the color? Or would it be faster to delete and replace? I don't know. Probably be about the same amount of time. Alright. Okay, so we got those guys. We need a short guy. Come on up. No. Come on over, short guy. Oh. Nope. Nope. Still no. I want the fence. No. Excuse me. Thank you. I just want the fence, please. All I want is my fence to do. Okay, so how do we want to set you up? I think we need to turn you slightly. That might be... There we go, that might be a better angle to work with. See, the blue had lit up for a split second, and now you're just fucking with me. Punking me, man. Alright. Go there with you. I don't think you guys were necessarily touching. you there. Alright, so I haven't gotten any more work done on the Duo Zoo this week. Quite frankly, my allergies have been trying to kill me. I went outside earlier for 5 minutes and all hell broke loose with me sneezing. And I regrettably had to take some allergy medication. I really didn't want to. But it was don't take it and be sneezing my head off the rest of the day. Or do take it and be tired later. I didn't even take a full dose. It was barely like a full dose for a child. Not even. I have a feeling my ass is going to be dragging later. Okay, so these might not be in their final spots. Like the fences still might get a little bit adjusted. But I don't believe I had them touching. Nah. Stop it. So I'm developing a love-hate relationship with this new arrow option. But that's not a real big surprise. Not really. So I think I found the place I'm going to order the dowel rods from. Surprisingly, Lowe's did not have what I wanted. They had like a cool rope braid molding and I was like, oh, that's awesome. That would look cool. And then I looked at the price tag and I'm like, it ain't that cool. So there was no way I was spending $9 for a piece of molding for what I'm doing with it. That no, just no, that's not gonna work. That's just not it. So like, well, back to the drawing board. Though it did amaze me that Lowe's was selling popsicle sticks in their wood molding section. I was like, really? Okay. But I found a place online called woodpecker.com that sold like dowels and different wood cutouts. They actually sold like not like MDF board, but like wooden surfaces to paint on that were kind of framed out like a canvas, but they weren't canvas. Those prices didn't seem too bad considering it was wood. In this place I can buy them by the piece. So I was like, okay. And they do a bulk discount. The prices on Amazon for what I was looking for were fucking atrocious. Unless I wasn't searching correctly. I'll let the husband loose on a search later, but the stuff I was finding, I'm just like, this just ain't it. Like, I know lumber prices had increased, but damn, son. I ain't paying that for what I want to do with it. It's not like this is going to a fucking art gallery. And I'm not sure how many pieces I would have been able to get out of that $8, $9 thing. I mean, it was pretty long, but Like, the round dowel rods were cheaper. Kind of. They had those. They had those in abundance. I'm like, I need a split dowel rod. What the fuck? I'm like, why do you not have any? Of all the places that should have split dowel rods. Let me down, Lowe's. And like, Joann's isn't gonna have that. At least not our Joann's. Although technically I did not search them. I probably should, but I don't think I'm gonna find the prices that I was seeing at this other place. Alright, that's probably pretty good. I mean, it kind of fits. That should be okay. So we got those in place. Alright, where was our last trash can? Oh, we've got one over here. Okay. Did we already put the trash cans in? We put some of them in. Alright, I'm gonna grab you. Really? You're just not having it. Okay. Alright, so you're okay with being there, or there, or here. You know what, we'll put you there. Wait, is that where we really want you to be? I don't know if that's really where I want you to be. We'll figure you out later. Alright. So, let's bring you in. And we'll put you in here. Turn you just a skoshi. No, I want your friend here. I want your friend. Whoop. No. That's not at all what I wanted you to do. So we've got you in there like that, right? Okay, now I need another one of you. Can I just grab you? Alright, okay, so technically our tree's over here. So if we do that. Come on, work with me here, friend. Alright, so if we do that, and we do 2 of you, this one's gonna be a little awkward because we don't have the full, full reset here. Alright, so probably put you about there. And then your friend's gonna go about here. You are gonna go about here. Did you put the hummingbird stuff outside yet? That's gonna go there. And we're gonna grab this guy. And we're gonna get him turned into here. That's a little much on the turn there, probably. Okay, let's try that. And we could sync you just a little bit, and I'm okay with a little bit of the post showing. Like, that should be fine. Alright, so put you there. Okay, now I think we need a lamb posted. Over. Oh, nope, did that wrong. Okay, friend, you are going to come over to here. And we're gonna sit here. Do you want me to get him? Okay. Now, I believe I missed a tree here that I feel like should probably be sitting maybe about here-ish. I know it looks a little weird. Oh god, I'm like, what the fuck is on top of that? I'm like, did they add bird shit to the game? It's their balloon poking through the top of the fucking thing. Wow. Okay. Nini's crazy today. I just could not place the shape of that. Oh boy. It's gonna be a long day.
That would be me.
That's gonna be a real long day. Alright, so put you there. And you about there-ish, I guess. And then I'll like stick you there. And there. So it's not completely following the fence line, or our pattern from over there, but I know I had these guys kinda in between here. So I kinda wanna stick with that if possible. I want what I want, and you're not cooperating. Nope, 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 nope. That's not what I wanted, friend. Not what I wanted at all. Tricky to try to grab those two arrows together, at least for me in my unsteady hand. I need to run to Walmart last night to get a hummingbird feeder. And we ended up getting so much more. That's how I found out Lowe's didn't have the effing dowel rod I was looking for. Nope, nope, nope. Sounds like my husband is on the phone with someone. I don't know who. It kind of sounds like it's in a state phone call. We're still getting bills from the hospital. Which is kind of vexing. I mean, I know it takes a while for billing to catch up. But good lord, man. Can't help but wonder how long that's gonna go on for. Oh, bother. Alright, so I know we kinda deviated from our pattern here a bit, but I kind of like these bushes right in between the benches because it kind of gives it a little bit more seclusion on them, so you know, not everybody's all up in everybody's business kind of thing. I don't know. Alright, now see about getting you all tucked in here. So what's everybody gonna do this weekend? Anybody doing anything? If you're free, I'll be streaming work on the Duo Zoo tomorrow afternoon. Probably starting around this time. What was that about?
That was one of the estate collections people just calling to talk.
So
establish that there's no probate because there's no assets.
I was gonna say, so when do we expect a court date? Because some of these people don't get it.
No, it's not that they don't get it, it's that it's a long, drawn-out process to get it legally. I'm not surprised that I have to talk to everybody individually.
Well, you said...
They even said that they'll end up calling if they have another account placed on under the same name.
Well, you had said some of these people are still gonna take us to probate court, or there's a chance.
No. There's a chance, but the odds are pretty low because they're gonna look and see he has nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They won't bother.
He has more bills.
Yeah. Well, they said they would contact us if they end up with another account in his name. And considering it was discovered, which ran two of his accounts, yeah, I'm sure I'll get another call at some point.
You guys are moving again?
They had moved previously?
I think that's either Brittany or David. But I could be wrong. Yeah, it's Brittany.
Oh, hi Brittany. I didn't realize you were on Twitch. Nice to know you're out and about.
Or it's David, or they're sitting there together. Either one's possible.
one.
No, it is David. Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry, David.
So you're back? Yeah, Brittany had said something about that you guys were going back to New Jersey. Can't afford to live in California anymore. That's saying something if New Jersey's more affordable than California. We couldn't afford to live in New Jersey anymore. That's how we ended up down here.
Hey, there's always Arkansas. I'm sure you guys would love Arkansas.
He's joking if you can't tell. It's a little bit cheaper, but it's a fuck ton crazier.
Yeah. Yeah.
You and my nail cutter.
Well, it's a good nail cutter.
We need to buy you one.
I know, I haven't found a decent one. All the ones I found were like dollar store garbage that doesn't actually work.
Yeah, I think that one was like $5 or $10 because it's from a makeup company.
Oh, and that would be why it works. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, it's
All
from.
right, Momo, I'm sorry for making you wait. You ready to
It's
go?
from Revlon, so
Let me go
that's why it
find your-
still works. Yeah, New Jersey for us was super expensive, but I do see how it's less expensive than California. Just about everybody's less expensive than California, except for like maybe Hawaii. That would be a fuck ton of a move, though.
Oh, that drive makes me really anxious just in thought. Oh, coming down here from New Jersey is bad enough.
Yeah, New Jersey ain't much better, but her mom's place is pretty cheap, and one of my friends here is looking to move out to Arkansas. I mean, if you can handle the crazy, then it's alright. I mean, sometimes, depending on your situation, you kind of just have to deal with it if that's what your financial status is. We really didn't have much of a choice in the matter, and it wasn't quite this. Well, we've definitely noticed a marked increase in some of the areas, but it's not too bad where we are. I mean, our town specifically is a little okay then, but Fayetteville's not too bad. I mean, it really depends on where you're going. Certain areas are better than others. I know the people in our town just don't make sense. Like, logically, we're like, huh? Like, make it make sense here. Like, just their arguments and complaints about stuff, and I'm just like, but it's kind of what you wanted, and now you're, like, mad that, okay. Most people, you know, have been moving out to really, Tennessee? I mean, Tennessee's been a little interesting lately. Russell wants to move to Michigan, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if I want to deal with that level of cold and snow and being that far north. But he's been liking their governmental decisions lately. You want to stay in California, hopefully you can make it back out there again. That's one state I've never been to. I've actually really had no desire to go to California. Just haven't.
Well, it's not like we could ever afford it anyhow.
Well, yeah, this is true. That is
at least not an area that we're going to want to reside in, you know?
That is like, you know, California might as well be like Hawaii to us or something, or I mean, we can't afford to live in the Keys either, which is where I'd rather be, but that comes with its own set of problems. It's probably more expensive than Jersey, way more expensive. But that also comes with its own host of daily issues to deal with. I don't want to be landlocked anymore. That's my biggest issue right now, is I'm having difficulty dealing with the landlockedness. of here. Grew up in a beach town, or on the outskirts of a beach town. You know, I'm used to dealing with the tourists all season long, but you know, we could go to the beach. I mean, I'm not really a beachy person, but I liked the boardwalk, and we don't have that here. It was cheap-ish entertainment, depending on what you were doing. If you're just walking, it was really cheap. It's just, I don't know. I miss my East Coast beach town feels. Real bad. That's starting to get to me. We've been looking at potential options for when the time comes. But husband really wants to seriously consider Michigan. We were looking. Oh, nope. We were looking. Maybe Ohio is something we could afford. Maybe. Because there's some other factors that we need to factor in. For when we make a decision. Which won't be for a little bit still, but pretty much never go to the beach even though you've always lived near one. You just like having nice places to walk in. There's lots of that around here, and there was nowhere good to walk around New Jersey. I mean, not really. Depends on where you're at. Like, there's some parks, but I don't know if I'd really call them nice. Like, the scenery, it's just pine barrens, basically. But, you know. And Atlantic City Boardwalk's not the safest to walk on, but we loved going to Ocean City, New Jersey. That was decent. They had some pretty good mini golf situations there. Hello, Warrior. Welcome. Lurkers are welcome.
Everyone's welcome.
As long as you're not a dick.
Or advertising being a dick.
Or, you know, trying to sell things that are against terms. So, you know.
Or our car's extended warranty.
Yeah, let's not. Those calls finally stopped. But now that you went and said something...
Now they call my cell phone instead, dear.
Oh, really? I was gonna say,
Yes.
They stopped calling the house.
Yeah, they stopped calling the house because now they call my cell phone.
Well, we just got work on the car, so I'm sure those calls are gonna be starting up hot and heavy again. But keep getting the calls from China about your warranty. Thinking we get calls from everywhere. Oh my god, you would not believe when Russell was trying to call these bill collectors and be like, hey, you know, so and so has passed away now. I'm in charge of handling the estate affairs. They're like, okay, and how much do you want to pay today? And Russell's like, I personally am not paying you anything. I'm trying to explain to you that he's deceased now. He's passed away. There's no estate for me to pay you from. He didn't have anything. So, what do we need to do? Because this is my first time dealing with this. Like, how do we handle this? Where do we go from here? What do you want me to do? What do I need to send you? And they're like, okay, but how much are you going to be paying today? And Russell had to literally yell at the person on the phone.
It wasn't that bad.
Well, you got very forceful with them. And you're...
Well, that's because they didn't...
They weren't understanding what the word deceased was,
yeah,
or they weren't
I
listening.
explained it once and they just completely ignored it.
They're like, uh-huh. And he's like, he's dead. There's no estate to pay you from. What do you want me to do now? How do you want me to do you need paperwork? Like, what do you want? And they're like, oh. And I was like, oh my god. Really? And like I said, we're still getting bills from the hospital. That will probably continue for eons to come. I will not be surprised if we're still getting those bills next year. They just want their money, even though legally they can't take it from you no matter how much they'll threaten. Yeah, I'm like, okay, sure. Come at me. Just come at me. The mood I'm in lately, I'm just like, come on. You're not getting nothing, because there ain't nothing there. We don't even have the money to just pay it and make it go away. We're still waiting to hear back from, nope. No, that's not what What is happening here? You're being weird about changing the angle, or I'm being weird about finding the angle. Either's entirely possible. I mean, we're still waiting to hear back from disability for Russell. For the second time. We are on appeal. And they wanted a bunch of stuff from him. Again, almost as if we were starting over, and he sent them all of it. I think they got the last bit of it the end of December, or maybe the beginning of January. We haven't heard anything since, and we're like, hello? It's been a while. Hello? We're like, anybody still there? What do you want from us next? Like, what's the next step? We kind of need to, know what we're doing next here. Nothing. We even called our lawyer and checked in, and we're like, hey, it's been a whole lot of nothing. We're just calling to make sure, like, we didn't miss any paperwork requests or anything. Like, we haven't heard from anybody at all. We still good? Is something fucked up? Like, you know, what's happening? And they're like, yeah, we're just waiting. We haven't heard anything either. And I'm like, huh. Like, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. We're just stuck. We don't know what's happening. And then we weren't sure if we were gonna get tossed off the state insurance, even though we joined before COVID. They were putting stuff out that's like, yeah, COVID's over. We're gonna be kicking people off the state insurance. And we're like, oh, good. Good. Because they keep doing, the right to work state stuff, where the only way they say you're eligible for help is if you're working, or that's how they make it sound. And he's like, yeah, I'm trying to get on disability. He's like, he goes, if I could fucking work, I would be. So it's been interesting, to say the least. Wait, do we want that, or do we want it in the middle? That's a little bit far from each other. I don't know. So how's the new one? Your new tribes member. I'm not on Facebook very much anymore. I do pop in from time to time, and I know you have a new one. It's not... It's relatively still new. Should still have the new car smell on them, so to speak. I think he's sick now, even the... Oh, jeez. not the way to start a state move. That's gonna be fun. Oh god, you and Britt will be next. Hopefully they don't keep passing it back and forth between each other. I know the cats are sick for some godforsaken known reason. Or the one cat is sick. We think, well, we don't know if he's sick.
Who?
Ed.
He's not sick.
Well,
the little bugger just grooves himself sick because he's so full of hair.
He's been puking everywhere for the past couple of nights in a row.
Okay, so wait, did Britt and the kids go ahead? And you're just following up as you
Oh, you're still out in California. Oh, I thought you guys were together. Oh, that's okay. That makes more sense now. Because I was like, wait, you're moving again after you guys just got into New Jersey. I was confused. Okay, all right, that makes more sense now. I only had seen like part of it, and she had said something about you guys were going back to New Jersey. I thought you were with her. Okay, so that makes... Oh, that sucks. You've got to... Oh... So you've got to pack up everything else and drive it out to Jersey on your own. I guess it's easier to deal with than having the kids at the same time and dealing with all of that, but that still sucks. She's not help with packing anyway. I mean, I at least try to do something. I'm sure Russell thinks my Tetris game is terrible. I will say that's going to be the one shitty part if we do end up leaving Arkansas, is dealing with another out-of-state move.
I'm not that worried about it this time around now. I'm used to driving.
Yeah, that U-Haul was an experience. That was not fun. Really not fun. His computer died in the move because it fell over in the moving truck. We thought we had it secured, apparently we didn't. But we'd probably be doing things a little bit different this time around. Stuff might end up in, like, the stuff that we insist on keeping that we can't move all in one go might end up in a storage unit until we can come back and get it. Or we might pick out where we're gonna be, or get a post office box or something and maybe have it held at the post office till we get there if it gets there before us. It really depends, because it also depends on what vehicle we're gonna have and if we're still gonna have our trailer. Just don't know yet. And I think we'd have a better idea of what size trailer we actually would need now. Or we can see if the pods thing is still an option. Because we saw, when we tried to do one before, for something, I don't know if it's for his grandmother's stuff, something. I don't think it was for us. We were looking into it for some reason. And they were saying they weren't really available in our area, but we saw somebody with one in their backyard, so I'm really confused. I'm like, but they have one. So maybe things have changed. I don't really know. You looked into pods and it'd be about 6,000 for you. I'm trying to think, with the truck and hotels, and gas.
Well, keep in mind, that was also how many years ago, dearest?
Yeah, it was also like 15 years ago. I want to say it was maybe 2,500 to 3,000.
Yeah.
So
we had to get that increase on your card to do it.
yeah, because we ended up not being able to push through the rest of Missouri and had to stop an extra night.
Were we in Arkansas by then? I thought we were like an hour out.
We thought we were like an hour away from the Arkansas border, and the GPS that we had at the time was like a TomTom and wasn't the greatest. And cell service in this area kept dropping out at times, so we weren't 100% sure how far we were. We thought we were an hour out. It turned out we were like more like 4 or 5. And we just decided to stop because you were tired. The lines on the road were getting kind of creepy on the interstate because there was no street lights. And we were just starting to hit that wall of, I don't want to do this anymore. But there's no turning back with where we were. So we ended up, I think we ended up stopping in Lebanon, Missouri. And we figured we'd be here like in an hour, hour and a half in the morning, and we weren't. I think it was like another 2 or 3 hours. So I don't know, that's not too bad compared to what we, like, if you like double it for, if you double the truck costs to now, but I haven't looked into truck costs recently because I don't know what we'd be doing. We'd be selling or donating most of our shit, like the furniture. We would just figure it the fuck out when we got there, depending on where we ended up. Unless I had like a really nice piece of furniture that could be dismantled and transported. But like we don't have any sofas or things. Like we have our bed, which we probably won't be replacing before we make a decision, so that we would probably just put out on the trash, to be perfectly honest, because it's heavy. It's a foam mattress, and the cats have been like shredding the box spring, so it's not really a box spring, it's just more of a supporty-do. And we would probably be donating or having a yard sale and selling most of what we deem as replaceable. And no need to lug this across, halfway across the country, I guess. So we don't know where we're gonna end up. We could end up in Michigan, we could end up in Ohio, we could end up on the East Coast again somewhere. Although it won't be the Northeast. I think we've decided that unless something changes drastically, we won't be able to afford to go back to the Northeast corridor. Which is sad because, while New Jersey is expensive, at least I knew I could get around on my own if I had to. I mean, their bus system wasn't great, but it was workable for places that I would need to get to. Because we're also trying to, because I don't really drive. Driving gives me fucking anxiety meltdowns. And my depth perception is not good with my glasses on at all either, and I can't see at night half the time. Everything's just like a blown out starbursty glare most of the time at night, with the way the headlights and shit hit my vision. And that's kind of scary. We'll be in the car and I'm like talking to him, I'm like, how the fuck can you see where you're going? He goes like, what do you mean? And I'm like, these headlights are so bright, I can't see anything. They're blinding me. Like, all I see are these, like, starburst, lens flare halos, and I'm just like, ugh. Like, I just can't deal with that. So I would need to be able to get around on my own if it came to it. So we're trying to make adult, well thought out decisions, which are difficult. Lots of pros and cons to be weighed. Like, do we want a condo? Do we want an apartment? Do we want to try to buy a piece of land and put a tiny house on it if we can get it within the building codes, if they'll allow it? Renting makes me nervous because they can always raise the rent out of my ability. Did you ever take him pee?
Yeah.
Did he get a goodie?
Yeah.
He's growling again.
Not that I'm aware of.
What did I hear?
Oh.
Could have sworn I heard him grr. Unless it was the bass on the music and this in the background. It really sounded like a Momo grr. But these headphones are kind of bassy. But, I mean, you know, do we want a 55 plus community? I've heard mixed feelings about those, because, I mean, then you do have the monthly fee. That's another expense. Have to look at property taxes so we're not taxed out of a certain area. And we'd have to be careful about what kind of improvements we made to a property. If it's taxing at one amount. Because if it's like a fixer-upper and we do the fixer-upper-y thingies, I don't want them to, like, jump the taxes out of a payable range for us, which could be a problem. So lots of things to think about, but we're several years from needing to make those decisions, but I have been kind of trying to get a feel for what options could be. You never know. But I think we definitely agree on the fact that we both kind of want out of here if possible. It's just the where would we land that we don't know. But yeah, I would love to go back to Jersey. I miss my comfort foods. I miss being able to go to the boardwalk. I didn't think I would miss the food that much. Like, it's so bizarre. But people here do not make pizza the same way they do back in Jersey. It's ridiculous how much of a difference there is to us. No, not scrapple, although you don't see pork roll here, which I find fascinating. Apparently, like the Taylor pork roll, like the red box with the little circles on it, that's like a Northeast thing, or like a New Jersey Philly thing. Like I've never seen it down here. I'm like, that's weird. Subs down here are all on hoagie rolls and not like the hard Italian sub rolls that you would find at like White House Subs or that sort of thing. Pizza's completely different. I don't know what the fuck their pizza is down here, but unless it's like a chain, like Pizza Hut or Domino's, like the local places, a lot of them kind of do like this weird, not Sicilian, but kind of wannabe Sicilian monstrosity in like the thickness. And other places, the crust just, the consistency's just not the same. It just doesn't taste anywhere near the same. You lived off dry salami and sourdough, which is really hard to find east of Arizona and Nevada. Oh, jeez. Like, there's no Wawa convenience stores here at all. I think we were shocked as shit to see one in Florida. I think we saw one in Florida when we went to Key West on vacation a couple of years ago. I think I remember making a big deal. I was like, Russell, look, it's a Wawa. It just, I don't know. It's just, it's not the fucking same. And it's weird. And it just disturbs me how weird it is. You know, when you want the things that you want, and then you can't get them. Like, they don't really... Like, there's a couple of Chinese food places here. If you can really call it that. There's one place that's more of like an Asian fusion instead of Chinese. And none of them taste the same. Or even close to what we had back in Jersey. I know, like, different... it's almost like dialects. Different areas made their stuff in slightly different ways. But, it's just not even anywhere near what we had back in Jersey. Like, we started trying to make it ourselves because we just couldn't find anything that was anywhere near flavor palette comparable. It was just so fucking frustrating. Like, we didn't think it would be that big of a thing, and lo and behold. It's amazing. So yeah, I haven't looked into what moving vans are at right now, because we weren't sure what we were gonna do. And we've got plenty of time to figure it out still, but the U-Haul was a bit of a nightmare. Alright, you're up to 100% now. Okay, so we've got that kinda happening there. Alright, let me save, because my fans are going a mile in a minute. Streamland, make sure I grab the right zoo. Please don't let me accidentally overwrite that other zoo. That would be a tragedy. Okay. Now, where's that thing at? There it is. I need you. Yes, I do. Alrighty. So we're going to start to work on our outer wall here. So I decided that I wanted these to have these like green fluffy walls here. But yeah, when we had to move my dad, we didn't get a truck because all three of us weren't going to fit in the truck. And that would have been disastrous for him to try to deal with. I don't really think we need that up there per se. So we're gonna have fluffy stuff up there and you're not really gonna see a whole lot. So for my dad, when the 2 times we moved him down here, all that money. Since there was already an established address, like a lot of his clothes and stuff that wouldn't break and stuff that wasn't hugely valuable. We got some boxes from Home Depot and like big large boxes, plastic or cardboard boxes, and just crammed them full and mailed them down here because I think the mother-in-law was here, so she was able to bring them in. I don't remember if we beat them down here or if they arrived before we did. We may have gotten here before them, I think. But it was just cheaper than renting a truck to mail that stuff, oddly enough. Because we had to be careful when traveling with him, so we had to stop a little bit more frequently than we necessarily would have if it was just the two of us, because he was prone to getting blood clots and things, so we were stopping every couple of hours so he could get up and stretch and do what he needed to do and make sure that he was eating so he didn't have a diabetic thing. But even with all that, I think we still made it down here from... I think it took us 3 days to drive up there. And then coming back, I think I want to say it took us 4, but I could be wrong. Okay, I didn't actually. And the roads in Tennessee were not fun. Oh, I'm like, why am I sliding back the other way? I had my finger on the key. Right, pick your hand up off the keyboard, dumbass. It's gonna be one of those days. Allergy medication days, woohoo! Yeah, I think it was 4. I can't remember how many it was with my mom. It might have been 3. Might have been 3 there and 3 back. When we went to get my dad the second time, we were there a few days. Because we had to take the stuff to the post office for him and help him finish packing, and had to get his final shit settled with the landlord and stuff. For my mom, I think we got there. We got in the afternoon. I think we were there a day and a half with my mom before we turned around and came back. 'Cause she was staying with her sister. So I think the only thing we did was stop by and see how much stuff she had. And we were seeing what would fit in the car and what wouldn't. And what wouldn't, I think we might have reboxed into a different cardboard box and shipped it through the post office. I mean, it wasn't cheap, but for us at the time, since they were paying for the move, because we didn't have the cash, they were paying for the hotels for us to come up there and for all of us on the way back. It was still cheaper than getting a truck. But man, there was a couple potholes around. Was it Memphis? Or was it Nashville? That looked like they almost would have swallowed the front of a semi. Like, it scared the shit out of me how big the one and how deep the one was. Like, cars were swerving to avoid. They were like, oh my god, what the fuck is this? I was like, oh god. What the hell is that? Like, if our car had hit it, we would have been done. We already have enough cosmetic damage to the car. Because I guess a semi's tire blew out and the pieces were just left in the middle of the interstate when we were coming through Little Rock one time. And another semi just barely drove by it or clipped it maybe. And their Airstream flew it up into the air. We were in the leftmost lane next to the concrete barrier. And it was bumper to bumper traffic where we were. We both kind of yelled because this thing with the tire, this chunk of tire that still had like the metal framework in it, came flying at the car. We thought it was going to smash right through the windshield. I was in the back seat because we had traveled with the dog, so I like quick ducked it down. Russell managed not to swerve, and at the very last moment before the damn thing slammed into our windshield, it got sucked under the car. And like the metal wire framing on it took out our front decorative grille.
Oh no, just the mass of the tire did it, huh?
Oh, I thought it was the wire got caught on it.
No, the mass of the tire, because it was the entire fucking circumference of the tire. It was the entirety of the trim.
Oh, I thought it was only like a third of the tire or half of the tire. And it hit the bottom decorative grille and made a god-awful noise as it was going under the car. And we were both panicked because we're like, oh my god, we need to get off of here. We need to check the car for damage. Because we could hear something and we didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, we were thinking, oh god, you know, what kind of fluids are we losing? And we finally managed to get over and get off at like the next exit, which happened to be a rest stop. And fortunately, or unfortunately, I guess it depends on how you look at it, the rest stop was pretty quiet. So, damn it. So we had some room to look at the car. And he's laying on the ground trying to look underneath of it. And, the front decorative grille was like sliced in half. And part of it was like dragging, and we're like, oh, okay. And Russell ended up pulling it off because he's like, this is gonna cause more damage if we just leave it, and there's no point. It's just decorative, it's fine. So he pulled it off and threw it in the car, and we're trying to look under to see if we see anything dripping or anything anywhere, and we weren't. And we had called the insurance company or AAA or something, and like, well, if the car's still drivable, I think we called the insurance company. Like, if the car's still drivable, try to get home, and then we'll deal with it from there. And we're like, okay. And We actually had duct tape in the car because somebody else had backed into us when we were backing out several months prior, and we had used it to put over the hole that they had smashed into our rear bumper. And we refused to get the bumper replaced because the insurance company was like, yeah, so you're gonna have to spend $500 before we'll chip in anything. And the bumper was like really expensive and it was just cosmetic. And Russell's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. He's like, it can stay with the crack or like the little metal piece poking through. He goes, it's not hurting anything. It's just decorative. And he's like, I don't care that much. So he's like, I don't care to spend that kind of money because we didn't really have that kind of money to fix it. So we still had the duct tape in the car, and I think he tried to duct tape something together just so it didn't possibly drag or something, and we never did get it fixed. So we're just missing the decorative grille on the front. But man, and then another time we came through Little Rock, we had somebody cut us off really bad. They almost caused a huge accident between us and some other people, and ugh. I don't know what it is about I-40 around Little Rock, but damn. Just damn. You need to be careful around there. Them people are crazy. Like, almost as bad as Philly drivers. If not a little worse, because you're not expecting it. You might be taking I-40 again when you drive through. Yeah, just watch Little Rock and the potholes in Tennessee. Other than that, it seemed fine. When we were going to Jersey from here, we were taking 40. Can I get you in? Yeah. What are you? Okay, I guess that's become part of that now. Alright, that's fine. We took 40. We took, oh god, what is this one here called? Is it 40? No. 40 goes across. It was 540. It's 540 like in Fort Smith and South, but up north they changed it to a different number. I don't remember what it is. Maybe they did change it to 40. Maybe it's another extension of 40. I don't remember. But oh no. Maybe it's 62? I don't know. We go south from here until we hit Fort Smith, and then we pick up I-40 to go across through Little Rock into Memphis. And then we're on 40 till the middle of Tennessee. And then we would pick up 80. Was it 80 or 81? Whatever one went diagonally north. I feel like it might have been 80. And then we were like on that till Philly. Because our directions kept trying to take us up into Pennsylvania through Carlisle and then like through Philly on the Schuylkill, and we're like, we did that twice, I think, and we're like, oh no, fuck this shit. And the last time we went up through Maryland and just dealt with the Baltimore traffic because it was still better than dealing with the drivers in Philly. And the fucked up sign system that Philadelphia has when you're coming up to the bridges. Our GPS got so confused with Google Maps because there were so many lanes and so many signs. Like the one lane looked like it was for the stadium, but it was really for the bridge, so we weren't over there, so we ended up missing it and we had to like get off the road and double back. That was a goddamn nightmare. But we're not used to driving in Philly, so not all that surprising. What do I want to put up here? I don't know. I want to put something. I want something that's kind of fluffy. I mean, we don't even really need to. I mean, we could do something like that, right? But those are sticking straight out, so that might look a little weird. I mean, those might not be bad. But yeah, I think the last time we said fuck this and we took Baltimore. I mean, everything was under construction. So it was a little weird, but Russell liked Baltimore better than he did like going through Philly. So, I mean, that's not bad. It's very purple.
Oh, Philly is just disturbing and horribly designed shit that they're constantly working on. You know, they try to cram 3 lanes into 1 lane, you know, in the space of about 5 car lengths. It's kind of shit.
The people drive scary up there, too. They're very aggressive. They're very aggressive for how many tourists might be in the area. It's like, oh my god. I remember one time the ex-roommate and I were coming back from Lansdale, PA, up near Montgomeryville. And we were coming into Philly, trying to get the Walt Whitman, I think it was the Walt Whitman Bridge, coming back into Jersey. Scared the ever-loving shit out of us, because all of a sudden, there were these dudes, on these Yamaha motorcycles, gunning it, like traffic was crawling. And they were gunning it and weaving through traffic. Scared the shit out of us. They had to be doing like 60 or 70 and flew by us. And one of them like cut in front of us. And we're like, oh my god. There was barely enough space for the bike to fit in. And oh, that was awful. Like, I like it, but the flower stems are so stiff. Don't really have anything that's like hangy. I mean, there is some hangy stuff. We could go with the ferns if I can fucking find them. Oh, you know what? They're not under gardening. They're up here. That's why we can't find them. I mean, these guys are kind of like all over, but they're still a little stiff. I mean, those are kind of cool maybe for down in here, but let's deal with up there first. There's this pitcher plant. Well, that's too big. I mean, that's not bad, right? Because it's kind of fluffy and it's short. So, I mean, we could just like go with the azalea-y guys up here. Question is, do we want to just like go with the short version and just put these guys like there, or do we want the long guys and, you know, maybe let a little bit of the slatting peek through? I mean, I kind of like that. It gives it a little bit of a pop of color. It's certainly easier to deal with than that basket fern. I think we might go with our tried and true azaleas. I'm kind of feeling that a bit. Okay, so. Alright, you know what? We're gonna duplicate you, but we're gonna put angle snap on here. Oh, goodness. Well, either way, I hope you have a safe trip. Moving even when you're local is not the easiest. Alright, you're gonna take off for a bit, see you later? Okay. I'll see you. Be careful. Tell Britt I said hi. Don't strain yourself packing. I'll talk to you later, sir. So we're gonna be grilling for dinner tonight, if we can get the charcoal to stay lit. So we'll probably have about another half hour before I have to bounce out and get dinner prepped while husband's dealing with the charcoal. It's pretty windy. They're saying we could have severe storms tomorrow, but when I was looking at the radar and looking at the forecast the one weather dude put together, he was kind of like, meh, we've marked it a severe day. There could be a couple of spin-ups, but then looking at what they were expecting, it just, I don't know, man, it just didn't look like. I think it's gonna be more of a, you might have this happen and some select people might get some shit. But, it didn't look quite like I was thinking it was gonna, I guess. I mean, these are interesting. Or we could go like really super subtle with it and just leave that alone for the pop of color, and we could go with our signy guys, because we did pull those signs out that I kind of sort of forgot about. Alright, so maybe we just do that. So, let me grab you. You're kind of big. Let me see if I can get you in our selected area here. I mean, we can kind of make that happen. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Wrong key. Wrong key. I'm still adjusting to this keyboard. So we could do something like that. And then maybe grab that guy. And maybe a little something like that. Perhaps. And then grab you. And we could slap you. Let's see what we can do with you here. Let's see. Alright, so I can drop you there. Now, what do I want to do back in here? Grab one of these guys, maybe? And we'll put you in there. That doesn't look too bad. Green up the place a bit. Let me grab one of our fancy doos. Do you need help? I can grab one of the fancy doos. There we go. So if we grab you, I think we decided that the front of this fence had the double posty guys. So we have to figure out the angle that we want here. So if we kind of go like that. And maybe like this. That's gonna leave a pretty good sized gap there. Alright, so we do that in there. Why are you so big? You don't need to be this big. Okay. Clearly the other thing was lit up, but alright, that's fine. I mean, we could try to do that. Try to subtly turn you. You're gonna flicker, so I think we need to up and down you a little bit. Are you still flickering? I don't think so. I kinda want you to be turned just a skoshie more, but then that means that's gonna make this weird. But it might be doable because if we bring our little dudes in, right? Put you there. And I definitely put you there. And I grab you and put you there. I could be a total bitch right now and pop that balloon. Although I don't know if you can pop them while they're holding them. I know you can pop the balloons when they're free floating. I don't know if you can pop them when the guests have them. Though I am amazed that they put balloons in a zoo. Just real surprised. So if we do a little something something like that, and let's see, let's grab our lamp post here. Okay, not what I wanted. I know the height I have you at, and that's the height I want you. And that's all there is to it. Alright, so if I put you about there. Now, do I want you here or... Where do I want you? I guess I could put you about there. Now, do I want another one of you like right here? I mean, that's not bad. Alright. So we still have a lot to do. I think we'll do the outer pathway and our exhibit dues, and then when we go to landscape outside of here, then we'll work on the wall fully. Because, you know, I want some fluffy stuff up here. Some, like, bushy things. Even if it's just, like, nettle sitting up there looking all messy. Or, you know, a ton of fucking ferns or something. I want something up here. But I feel like we need to focus on this inner area as we go, and then, you know, hit up these areas. Oh. Oh. You all didn't get your cameras. I missed it. I missed it, you guys. And when I was editing the speed build from where I was catching up with the husband's build in our duo zoo from over the weekend, over Easter, while I was away. Not really away, but when we took the day off. When I was editing that, really? Why are you being so fussy? Like, you literally shouldn't be. I do not know what your damage is. I mean, you can see it, but not... Where's your staff room, my friend? I just realized I don't have a staff room in over here. And I don't know which one you're using. Oh, you're probably using this one over here. That's close enough. That shouldn't be that much of an issue. Oh yeah, I forgot to do something on that build. I forgot to put the vents on 2 of the exhibit buildings that I had put on the other 4, and I was sitting there editing and I'm like, oh shit. My mind was in like 15 different places and I was exhausted. Completely forgot. It's like, good job. That's a problem. We need to go back and fix that. So that's part of what I'll be doing tomorrow, is fixing the things I forgot to do. And we'll be starting what the husband rolled last week, because he didn't want to finish his main street first. He decided he really wanted to work on some exhibit guys. So we rolled for the biome that we were going to build in, and of course the random wheel gave us grasslands yet again. It really likes those grassland animals. So, and our number for species was 13. I was like, oof, that's gonna take a little bit. More than likely. More than likely. So we got that one there. And this guy there. Alright, so here's the thing. Do we want this tucked in around that? Nah, because the guy's gonna be standing there, or the chick. So it'd probably be a bit much. It's subtle, but it's not. I kind of like that. We're gonna have to get some lights on that. More than likely. So this kind of looks the same, no matter the side you're looking at it from. That person does not really look like a hat person. Kind of surprised they're wearing a hat. There we go. We'll get this guy tucked in back here. And we'll pull you forward just a bit. That's not bad. We can still see our stuff. Kind of feels like we're building a diorama with our different planes here, where we've got like the back painted kind of situation. Alright, you turn. You should probably get turned just a little bit more. Not terribly so, but just a little. Alright, yeah, that looks pretty decent. We're matching, we're looking good. Alright, let's get our light guys in here. Alright, what color light do we have on this guy? Okay, so let's make sure we've got that copied. Okay, so now come into construction here. Alright, so I'm going to take the lights down as slowly and gently as I possibly can, so that way it's not too jarring for some folks. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if these guys put out their own light, but they don't. It's just like a white. So now we could in theory change this over like a wood color. Where's our snake friend here? Or we make the snake brown. And we make these like greenish. Maybe. I mean, they'll blend into the background a little bit. At least that gives us a little bit of definition. Alright, so this guy. We're gonna turn you. We're gonna tilt you. And then your light color. There we go, that's a little bit more. Can we turn you just a skosh? And maybe. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that looks pretty good there. And then this guy. I need to turn him just a little bit. Yeah, that's not bad. Just kind of some subtle soft light there in the background. Did these guys not get their light color changed? Oh, they did. Alright, so. It is a little dark around under here, but we'll be adding another light pole over here, so if I grab you, right? And if I put you in like here-ish. And that's not too bad. Really, all of you are flickering. Crazy. Where's my arrow? They're still like flickering. What's... Is it all of the posts or is it just the one on that? It just seems to be the one on this side. Alright, so that's not bad. Alright, so we didn't get a shit ton done today, but we did get some stuff done. We finished up the interior around here. Your senior rating should now be, yep, that's at 100. Alright, we've got a decent amount of light on the inside of the pathway. So when we are back working on this guy next time, gonna bring the lights up here as gently as we can. Alright, oh god, I panicked for a minute thinking that all the shit that we did just vanished. We're in the wrong section. We're up here. So next week we will be continuing on working on the outer edge of the pathway, putting our fancy guy in and doing our little sign guys on the background just to give it a little something to look at. I don't think we'll be finished this thing next week, maybe the week after. And then we'll spin when we finish this area. So, tomorrow, like I said earlier, tomorrow afternoon, around the same time that we started today, maybe, providing weather and migraine, as always, we'll pick up on the Duo Zoo and we'll start building our grasslands, habitats on the Duo Zoo. And Sunday we'll be working on our Sunday and Monday we'll be working on our new not really new, but the Bob Ross project that we started last week, or the week before last, that new tutorial that we're following along with, episode 6 of season 3. The covered bridge will be picking back up with that. Sunday I hope to finish out the background sky. We should, there's not that much left on it, and then start the background, far background trees. So that is the plan for this weekend. Let's see. Don't really have anybody to go see today that I see that is streaming at the moment, so we'll just end things here today. I do thank you guys for your time. Don't forget to follow the socially places down below. There's the Kofi, there's the Instagram, there's the Twitter, and the YouTube, and you're already here, so don't forget to follow. I think it is here. I think the follow here is free. Yeah, following here is free. Subscribing is free on YouTube. And turn your notification-y thingies on if you would be so kind, and then that way you won't miss the live stream. I also do tweet whenever we're going live. So those are 2 different ways for that. And most of the live streams get exported to the YouTube channel. So if you missed a live stream, because they're only up for so long, you should be able to backtrack and catch back up on the YouTube channel. So, I hope to see you all tomorrow. I hope your weekend starts out well. And until next time, you guys, look at all the painted dog hats. Like, this is crazy. I don't even have painted dogs in the zoo. Look at all of them. That is wild. Absolutely wild. So until next time, you guys, have a good one.